What's up, everybody? Lamar Molina, LaMarketingPMA.com, keeping real estate investors in the game. Let's talk. Really simple. We're going to get right to the business, guys. The whole point of today is going over lead generation. It's important. It's the lifeblood of the business. And I meet a lot of people, contact me through the website. They contact me through other channels. And their big problem is lead generation. And it's hard for me to even conceive that, right? Because leads are easy to get. I don't understand what contracts are easy to get. So getting leads can't be a problem, right? Contracts are easy to get. Okay, so let's get to it, right? So I have a few things I'm going to share with you guys, give you, let you see some of the back end of what we got going on without delay. So I'm just going to start sharing my screen with you. Where we at here? We'll go with the entire screen, screen 2. All right, you guys are good over there. And I'm going to start dropping applications over there for you guys. All right, there we go. No, I don't want to. Okay, full size that. It's going to take a minute for the resolution. Using a pretty big TV and small computer. It's weird. Hopefully that got it. Okay. But now we got everything, right? So talking about lead generation is pretty simple, folks. If you're not making offers on lead properties, if you don't, you're not going to get to the offer stage if you're not calling people, right? Or if you're not reaching out to people in some sort of way to generate interest, right? What do we do here? We target foreclosures, people that are in the foreclosure process but still own their home. Okay. So what I want to show you, or forget show, we got to go over the mindset. These gurus, your favorite gurus, have lied to you, right? And I love all these guys, right? Max Maxwell, Sean Terry, Pace Morby, Brian Arigbu, even Jalen White when he was going, Alex Signs, everybody from All In Wholesaling. Like, I see what these guys do, and they mean well. They really do. But nobody's telling you 100% the truth. I just can't even understand why they keep talking about wholesaling, making you weak. Yeah, there's some loopholes there that you can use to possibly get a check quicker, but it's the weakest mindset to put somebody in if they're really serious about real estate is to give them a wholesaler's mindset. It's really, really, really bad. And we'll go into that here and why. So my main concern for you guys is what they're telling you, drive for dollars, bandit signs, mailers, SEO, Facebook groups, paid ads, text blasting, email blast. A lot of options out there, and they all work. Every one of these things works, guys. But what's the most efficient and what's the most cost effective? There's only one. There's only one. Most efficient and most cost effective. There's only one. We'll go over that one last. We're going to review everything else before pros, cons. I'll try to keep it simple, but I can kind of take a deep dive also. All right. So what I have here first, before we dive into what's what, let's look at some of my leads, right? And where I get my leads and some of the locations. This is just one of them. Actually, a couple of them, right? So I'm going to close this out. We don't need that. Okay, so PropStream. Everybody knows PropStream. Everybody loves PropStream, right? Okay, I do. I love PropStream. PropStream's awesome, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go here and we're going to pick the properties. Hit the properties tab. Was it too big on the screen? Okay, yeah. Now it's a little bit smaller. Okay, cool. So if you guys can see here, let me get my ugly mug out of here. As you guys can see, we have 137,000 total properties. Okay, 137 total properties. And PropStream is monitoring these properties all the time. So if there's changes in the status, if it goes from off market to listed or vice versa, for the most part, PropStream is very accurate at those things, right? For the most part. Now, here's where it gets really cool. So with PropStream, you get 10,000 downloads per month to download, unique downloads. And they'll let you download 100,000 records if you already have 100,000 in your account, right? So I can download 100,000 records per month if I already have them saved to a list. Once you save a property in PropStream, it's no longer unique. You saved it. So if you save that property again to a list in your PropStream account, it doesn't count against you. That's awesome. So if you save 10 different lists and that same property is on that same list 10 different times, they're not counting it against you each time. That's huge. What does that allow me to do? It allows me to take this 137,000 leads and I can download 100,000 of them a month and do whatever I want. Retarget them, remarket to them, whatever. Wait for update statuses to change, then reapproach, let's say, foreclosures, or maybe reapproach the probate leads. You got to keep in mind, the great equalizer when it comes to lead generation is time. Any person you spoke with who, doesn't sign up with you today, or you can't help them today, give them a month or two. Sometimes give them a week or two. And they change their mind. Things happen in life. They might have just got served with the summons and decide, oh, let me go get some help. Right? So that's important. Being able to take advantage of 137,000 leads instead of just the 10,000 that they give you, because you're only allowed to get 10,000 unique properties per month. Okay. Now, that being said, that's a lot of properties in there. I mean, that's a lot of leads and lists, right? And we normally just focus on foreclosures. So that's what's important. And if I go into Mojo and I show you leads that I have there, just look here, guys. It's showing you 1 out of 100 of 1.3 million leads. 1 out of 100 of 1.3 million leads. Soon to be 1.4 million. Right? And here's how your Mojo should look if it's set up properly, right? I have all the data here. Okay. And boom. Auction date here. A lot of cool information, right? But just to give you a quick peek into that. But as you can see, we have leads everywhere, right? So when you have this type of volume, and like I said, 1.3 million leads inside of Mojo alone by itself. 137,000 leads inside of PropStream. Okay. I'm not even going to get into all the other things that we use, but I'll give you some other clues. This is another great piece of software. You guys don't know about this because these guys are lying to you. These gurus are full of it, right? And I understand they're targeting people that are poor. They want people who really don't have a shot at anything to believe in the wholesaling dream, right? It's a lot of work. There's no, just get a deal in a day, all that crap, right? So here's another great source. You guys never heard of IMAP, right? If I wanted to, I can just plug in here, pull a bunch of leads, for instance. Let's go by the filing date. We'll say 4/1, the whole state, and just click search. Let me show you guys something. When you've been in this game for a while. Now, these are coming directly from the clerk of courts, okay? Some of these even have phone numbers. Any of your gurus tell you about this? Didn't think so, okay? And I'm just waiting for this to populate so you guys can get a quick look at what the layout looks like on one of these leads, right? Now, sometimes they have the phone number right here. I mean, great data, great comps, all the information you need to make some quick insight and decisions on the property. Great piece of software, I must admit, right? And I have 5,000 leads in here. I can just go to the next lead like this. Pull up the next lead and look at this lead, guys, okay? It's a foreclosure. Current owner is Gary Warabaugh. Here's the tax mailing address. Property address is the same, so he lives there. Look at his phone number. His phone number's right there. Like, that's how easy it is. My phone number's right there. All my numbers, anything I want is right here. If I want foreclosures, I can just click the box. Again, it's another secret tool that I have just to show you guys. We are knee-deep in leads. We take down properties almost every day, right? Between me and the student partners that I work with, somebody's doing something every day. All right, so I just wanted to show you that. So between this, I just searched and got 5,000 leads, guys. These are all foreclosures throughout the state of Florida, okay? Here is my Mojo with 1.3 million leads in it, okay? And here is my prop stream with 137,000 leads in it. Now let's get to the getting, right? I showed you guys that just so you will know I know what I'm talking about. I'll start posting checks and stuff if that's necessary, but the main goal is to get you to focus, and I don't want shiny object syndrome people, right? That's what dollar signs do. I want you to think. So now let's go over all these other options, right? Because I'm telling you what the best option is to generate leads. How do you generate leads? What's the best way, right? Because there's lots of them. So the first one we're going to go over, driving for dollars. Driving for friggin' dollars. This is one of the worst ways to generate leads ever. If you're broke, like they target, these people to become new wholesalers, they target broke people, right? The dreamers. So if you're broke, you're going to go driving for dollars. You got to put gas in the car. You got to drive around. You're going to need an app or a piece of paper to write the stuff down. You're still going to need to skip trace the stuff once you get it. And how many properties are you going to find just driving around? You'll be lucky, even on a full tank of gas, if you find 10 or 15 properties. Driving around, wasting all this time. And if you're broke, I don't know how driving around, wasting gas, energy, all of these things, just looking for a house that looks bad. You're looking, oh, there's a roof, it's got a hole in it. Let me write that down. So stupid. Oh, the grass is high. Let me write that. Let me go skip trace this. Why would you do that? That's got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. You're going to prospect properties on a one-by-one basis? That's ridiculous. Driving for dollars is not the move. Now, does it work? Sure, you can get a deal driving for dollars. All of these methods that we're going to go over work. The point is finding the most efficient method, and me helping you understand all these other methods are bullshit and the gurus are lying to you. There's only one most efficient method, and that's what we will go over last. Okay, so we just went over driving for dollars. I wish, if you guys have any questions, please ask, right? Because driving for dollars is not the move. And I just explained why. You have to drive around. You have to locate properties. You're not going to find even 20 properties on a full tank of gas unless you're in a really, 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 really bad area, right? Then once you find the properties, you have to write down the address. Then you're still going to have to skip trace the property to try to find the owner. Why get in your car and drive around when you can do that right from your computer? Anybody? I would love to know. Didn't think so. Okay. So consider driving for dollars handled, guys. Driving for dollars is, again, one of the bad ways to try to generate leads. This is about lead generation. Convenient, quick, fast lead generation. If it's not convenient, it's not quick, you're going to lose interest. Now let's go over the next one. Bandit signs. My God. Jesus Christ. Now, I've done all of these methods, folks. Don't think I'm picking on you. All right. I've done every one of these methods. Okay. And I can tell you wholeheartedly, okay, bandit signs is not the move. I've done bandit signs. Let me break it down why bandit signs is not the move. I used to get bandit signs delivered, 100 bandit signs for $99. Delivered. I thought that was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, once you get the bandit signs, or once you order your bandit signs, that's $100. Then you got to wait for them to be printed and delivered. That's, maybe a week. Okay. And then you got to, find some way to attach them, whether you're going to use a stake in the ground or if you're going to use, tape and tape them to like a light pole or however you want to do it, zip ties, whatever you're going to use, right? And then you got to go hang them up. Okay? You got to order your signs. You got to wait for them to get there. Then you got to find a way to attach them to something, zip ties or stakes in the ground, whatever. And then you got to hang them up. They're going to be gone in a week. The Bandit signs will be gone in a week. If you're lucky, they'll last a week. You're not even going to get 30 phone calls from the Bandit signs. Half of the phone calls are going to be people asking you stupid questions. Let's not forget, the city workers are going to find your signs and they're going to try to track you down and give you a ticket or fine you. So many reasons why Bandit signs suck. But I've gotten deals from them, right? And the only reason I was hanging Bandit signs, because I blindly followed some other guru because he said to do it. And I see all these other idiots in groups talking about Bandit signs, and they do work. But I didn't know what was the most efficient way. What way could I sit down and just have leads pouring in all day long and never have to leave a room? What way is that? We'll go over that one last. But so Bandit signs, again, to recap, you have to order them. They need to be replenished every week. $100 a week? Are you kidding me? That's $400 a month for marketing that won't stay there. Those signs get ripped up and thrown away. You have to replace them every month or every week, excuse me. You have to hang them up. You can get fined by the city. You have to have a covert phone number on your signs so that way they can't, find you by just punching in your regular phone number. Then most importantly, you still got to go hang them, drive through the city at nighttime and try not to get caught and have that uncomfortable feeling. Yeah, that seems like a lot of things I don't want to do. Okay, so Bandit sign sucks. Driving for dollars suck. Can you get a deal that way? Sure, you could. Not the most efficient. Now let's go to the real. Like this one is horrible. Mailers. My goodness, Jesus Christ! The lies these gurus are telling to you guys about mailers. It's bad. All right. Here's how things work, guys. I hate to say it, but propaganda works like this. When you know something bad is going to happen, all you need to do is make the preemptive announcement that something bad is going to happen, and then people accept it. Why am I telling you this? Well, you've been conditioned to accept a less than 3% response rate on mailers and mail them out. These idiots are telling you get less than 3% response rate if it's great. If you get 3%, that's awesome. And then you got to mail it for 6 months and spend 3 or 4 different pieces of mail each week. Like what? Spending $4 or $5 grand on mailers to start a marketing campaign. The dumbest thing I've ever heard. Does it work? Sure. I know guys that would spend $10,000 a week on mail just in hopes to get 2 or 3 deals. And of course they get 2 or 3 deals, and out of those 2 or 3 deals, they might make, 40 grand. That's a shitty margin because we get deals all day long. We have the same lead source. We don't have to pay for leads twice. And we can constantly use the same leads over and over and over again for years to come. Never got to buy them again. What? I can't believe it. Mailers. You have to design the mail. You have to send the mail out. You have to pay postage. All of these things that are really, really expensive. Mailers are expensive. And even if you have a lot of money, it's a horrible decision to use mailers because you can scale the way we generate leads with the same money you're using for mailers. And we're going to go over our method dead last because I want to explain why all of these methods suck. So again, driving for dollars, we just went over why that sucks. Bandit signs, we just went over why that sucks. Now we're going to go over mailers. We just went over mailers and why those suck, right? You have to send out mail. You have to constantly send mail, and you're paying for it every time you send it. It's a perishable form of marketing. I like forms of marketing that don't go away, right? And there's plenty of them that just stay there. So we'll go over those. This is the most expensive. When I say this, I say mailers. They are the most expensive in the worst way for anybody to market, but you could still get a deal. but it's not efficient. And I've done all these, so I'm not making fun of you guys. I've done all of these methods. All right, so now let's go into SEO. SEO is awesome, guys. It just costs, and it doesn't have to be very expensive, but it can be. This is a great method. This method doesn't suck, right? But you have to focus, you have to monitor. There's a learning curve, right? So you got to kind of be realistic in regards to expectations when using SEO as your marketing method. But I don't have anything bad to say about this. It just requires intelligence, focus, and yes, a little bit of money. Not very expensive and can be done very well. So SEO is good. SEO is good. I have nothing bad to say about SEO. It can get expensive if you don't focus and retain your keywords and things like that. But if you start off slow, stay in your lane, and practice and go and monitor your budget, you'll never have a problem. Facebook groups. My goodness. This is the worst place to do anything for the most part. If you're trying to get immediate results and you go to a Facebook group to get those results, man, God bless you. And I'm saying it's funny. I'm saying this even though I just sold a deal in a Facebook group. So I'm kind of biased, right? Like I said, these options work, guys and girls. They work, but they're just not the most efficient. Okay. Now, Facebook groups are a distraction, and also they're helpful. It just depends on what you do with it. You give two different chefs the same ingredients to make a cake, that cake's not going to be taste the same by both chefs. Okay. So Facebook groups can be useful. And I really only use them to shop deals. I don't use them to buy deals. Okay. And I've lost a lot of time in Facebook groups just trying to utilize and learn how they work. And yes, they do work. But if you're reliant upon them, if this is your source, your go-to for any knowledge or to fix a problem, you're screwed. You need a better go-to besides Facebook groups. But they can be helpful. They can be useful. And the best part, they're free, right? They cost nothing. So that's why they're not that bad. They're not the worst on the list, but they're not great as far as reliability, right? You're just kind of going to Facebook group. These people, listen, I run a business. People hit me up on Facebook groups all the time, lying about their expertise, lying about what they've done. Some of them even lie about having reached out to my company before, right? I keep a form for all the people that submit for an interview for help, for assistance, right, with marketing. And they forget and they contact us a year later. And I will tell you, people are stupid creatures, right? So, again, don't waste a lot of time in Facebook groups. Utilize them lightly. Unless you're a master at it, 'cause I know some people that crush it in there. But for me, I use them sparingly, but they do work, right? And they're free. Paid ads. These are awesome, guys. Only reason I put them on the list is because they work immediately. Only sad part is they cost. Now, the good thing about paid ads, you can have a budget of $10 a day, $5 a day, lifetime budget of $35 for the ad to run. It's totally up to you. It does not have to be a cost hindrance for you. If you can't afford $10 or $35 throughout the week to test a marketing campaign, God bless you. Do it another way. I'm not going to say get out of the business. I'm just going to say, God bless you, but you should be able to afford $40 to test some marketing. But if you can't, use the free methods. There is free methods to market. But paid ads work. They work quickly, and you can target your target. So that's why I love the paid ads. There's no real downside to the paid ads other than if you're an idiot and don't monitor them, the spending can get expensive. That's on you. That's because you're a moron. That's not the paid ads' fault. You're getting results. You have to change things in ads a lot. Make sure your landing pages are optimized. Make sure your website looks great so people want to sign up, or whatever your objective is for the marketing campaign, that it can get accomplished. So that's it for paid ads. I like paid ads. It's not bad. Okay. Text blast. That's an awesome one, right? So anybody that, is familiar with my company, we have software that does all that in-house. We have our own system. We're pro text blast, but it's not free. Text blasts work great. Just got to kind of watch out for the compliance. have a layer of protection between the cold text blast that you send out and how people can contact you, right? Have a little layer of protection there. So that way you can avoid the litigators, right? I've never had an issue or a complaint after sending, tens of thousands of text messages and ringless voicemails if you do it intelligently. So really, no issue with text blast. We like text blast. You get a lot of great responses from them. Just got to monitor your costs. I mean, the texts we send, I think less than half a penny, something like that. I forget the exact cost, but they're very affordable. And if you don't want to sit on the phone and cold call, you could blast text messages out and wait for responses. They will come in. Okay. Also, and that's it for text blast, guys. It's the same thing. And we're going to go over email blast as well. Email blast work, guys. You're building a buyer's list to sell your properties through, and you want to blast out a property once you get a fresh property. There's not a cheaper way. Emails blasting is almost free, right? That's how serious it is. And if you're with our company, if you're a client of ours, we can get you free email blasting for a year. So it won't even cost you, right? So we would prefer to use an email blast before we use a text blast just because there's no cost. We can send, 40,000 emails in a weekend and it's not going to cost us a penny. Where text message campaign is going to cost us. Okay. Again, nothing wrong with paid ads, and nothing wrong with text blast, and nothing wrong with email blast. They all work. Just you got to monitor your spending, monitor your results, and make sure things are going the way you want them to go. And again, the one and last method before our favorite method comes out is ringless voicemail, guys. Right? Ringless voicemail. Ringless voicemail, man, it turns cold calling into inbound cold calling, right? So normally you call people, you interrupt their day, and if you're like us, you have a high rate of success and take down a lot of properties, right? So think of it this way. When you have a ringless voicemail, for those who aren't familiar, a voice message is left on the person's voicemail box without the phone ever ringing. Phone doesn't even ring. They just look at their phone or they get an alert. Oh, you got a voicemail message. That triggers something psychologically. Oh, I missed a call. Let me check. Right? And they check it, and we use about a 30 to 45-second message. So they know, oh, wow, somebody left a long message. Let me check it out. Half of the time, that's 80% of the time, the people don't even listen to the message. They just call back. So you have to assume the person calling is somebody who needs help with foreclosure. That's what we do. We assume the person calling back needs help, and we crush it. 800 inbound calls in a month using this method and more. We turn off the leads after we drop, I think it was like 1,200 ringless voicemails, and we just turned them off, the ringless voicemails, because people were calling in for days. I got your message. I missed this. I missed that. Just getting voicemails said, yeah, my property's in foreclosure. Here's the address. Give me a call when you got a message. Can you help me? Okay. I mean, literally blew up our pipeline. So methods we do like: ringless voicemail, email blast, text blast, paid ads, and SEO. We like those guys, but they all cost the most. Now let's go into our favorite method, the method that we use in-house the most to make the phones ring. I mean, let's be honest, guys. This is the most effective way and most cost-effective way to generate leads. There's no more cost-effective way than this, right? And it's very, very, very important that you understand this. And I challenge anybody, I challenge you to show me anything that's more cost-effective than what I'm about to show you, okay? And that, my friends, is cold calling, okay? This is the most effective method of generating leads. It doesn't get any cheaper than cold calling. I get my list right from PropStream here. As you can see, that's why I left this open. I'll get my list from PropStream. right? We have multiple options to skip trace, right? So then we skip trace our list. And then once your list is skip trace, you just drop it in the dialer. In our dialer that we use, the dialer of choice. Oh, is it on here? No, it's not on there. So let me just plug it in there. That's us right there. All right. So that's our dialer of choice. Why? And I'll show you the dialer. How many leads I have in a dialer? We dump them, we clean them. Maybe that'll help you guys understand how serious you need to be about generating leads, right? I mean, if I just go to my leads alone, I mean, look, 181 unchecked voicemails. It's real over here. Look at the leads, 101,000 leads in my general leads queue. Okay, guys? That's how serious it needs to be, right? We can dial 30 lines at once here just to find somebody. I mean, look at all the lists that just, Jesus Lord, right? So that's how important it is to have a machine that can handle the bulk marketing you're going to do. This is mass marketing, right? This is what you're doing. So we'll get a list of, and again, we can go right back to here, and we can pick any list we want, right? We have all these lists in here. So let's say I wanted to pick a list from, let's say 7. So here's all these lists, right? So we'll take this list 7521 Brooklyn, right? So now I've clicked that, and it's going to populate here inside the software. Now I take this whole list, select the whole list. I'll export the whole list of leads and then skip trace them. Now I have phone numbers and email addresses, multiple phone numbers to do whatever I need. I can call these people forever for 10 years in a row and never have to pay for their phone number again. Let that sink in. I don't got to go up and buy new phone numbers for them. I don't got, like, you got to buy new Bandit Signs every week, or like you got to run new paid ads, or you got to pay for every text blast, right? I can call them a million times and my cost doesn't go up at all. This is the most sustainable form of marketing, is cold calling, and the most affordable, and gives you the fastest turnaround rate. Listen, guys, why would you spend all this money trying to get people to call you when you could just call them? I know people that spend thousands of dollars per week trying to get their phone to ring, to get people to call them, when you could just call the people. Why not just call the person, interrupt their day? Hey, how's it going? My name's Lamar. I help people like you that are in foreclosure. I just need to get your story, see what we can do to help you out. That's it. That's all you have to say. But these idiots got you guys doing mailers, Facebook groups, SEO, Bandit Signs, driving for dollars. And what you're going to find out, guys, you guys don't even know what to say when you do get a call. So why do all that, get people to call you, just to realize once they do start calling, oh, shit, I don't know what to say. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You start off cold calling. You should always be cold calling. And the only time you branch out to another form of marketing is when you have enough money to keep cold calling and branch out into that other avenue. Like, for instance, I would never hang Bandit Signs or any of this other crap, but I'll go ahead and do a text blast campaign along with my cold calling. So the leads that I skip trace, 1, they're getting cold called. 2, they're getting RVM'd, right? So we're getting a ringless voicemail out to them. And then 3, if we had to, we could text blast them, right? We can email blast them also. Hit them from every angle, okay? But the reason why I'm showing you guys the leads and the totals, right? It's because I need you to see how active we are in this business, right? If it would help you to see checks of our closings, let me know, right? What would it take to get you off your shoulders to start making moves? Because I have people that have hit me up for the last 2 years who still have not closed the deal. I don't understand you guys, and I'm not trying to rag on you, but make a friggin' move. Get off the pot, man. What are you guys doing out there? You scared? What, are you worried about making mistakes? You know? So again, once I have my leads already skip traced with phone numbers and email addresses, I can call them as much as I want. I don't got to pay again. You can't do that with Bandit Signs. You can't do that with mailers. You can't do that with emailing. You can't do that with any other form of marketing. You always have to replenish it. It costs. To run Google ads costs, and YouTube ads, that costs money. This is the only constant method. Once you have the leads acquired, you never have to pay again. You can keep calling and marketing to them, and your cost doesn't go up. But let me guess, you'd rather send mailers, do Facebook ads, or something else because you're scared to cold call. That's got to be the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Okay, guys and girls. So again, don't let fear put you in a position of stupidity. And I'm telling you, there's no more cost-effective way than cold calling. And for anybody that missed the breakdown, again, it's very simple, folks. If you were to do driving for dollars, you have to get in your car, waste gas, try to find properties, and you'll be doing it at a very small scale. And then you still got to skip trace them. If you were doing bandit signs, you got to drive around late night. You got to order the signs. You have to wait for them to get there. Before your signs are printed, I already have 3 contracts. I just pick up the phone and start calling people. You're waiting for signs to be printed? We already have 3 contracts. Stupidest shit I've ever heard. Mailers, I'm not even going to get back into those. They're super expensive. And the response rate is less than 3%. And you're going to do that, you're dumber than I thought. SEO is great. It just costs money. Facebook groups, they can be great, but they can be a huge time waster. Not a huge fan, but they do work. Paid ads are awesome. I love them. They work, and just monitor your spending. Text blast is awesome. It works. Just monitor your spending. Email blast, awesome. They work. Monitor your spending. Ringless voicemail, awesome. Monitor your spending. And, of course, cold calling, the king of the hill, right? The number one method to generate leads constantly. This is what my student partners use. This is what the offices that I train use. And this is what I recommend you do also. Stay off of Facebook, get out of the groups, and start dialing. If you have any questions on what we can do to help, please feel free. Visit the website, lamarketingpma.com. We're always here to help you guys out. If you have any questions or tips or even suggestions, we're glad to help. And also, if you guys have any questions or concerns, comments, or complaints, please let us know. We love to hear the truth from the people. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, now's the time. And again, we'll be giving out some freebies to you guys for your participation, right? Says, okay, so we got some comments I'm going to go over. They didn't authenticate their name, so it just says Facebook user. You still have to pay monthly for software. Duh. Yes, you got to pay for software. Like, you have to pay. Yes, guys, you got to pay for software. PropStream is not mine. I don't own it. It's not free. Okay. But show me where you're going to generate leads without paying for anything at all. I've got a method for that, but I just didn't give that to you guys for free. You still got to cold call them for what we're talking about. But I agree, cold calling is the most effective monetarily. Now, again, I don't know who this user is, but 90% of people will comment and they don't want to have any responsibility for their comment. I appreciate the comments, guys. I do. But let me tell you, 90% of the comments come from people that have no experience in real estate. I'll stand on mine. I can show you what's going on here. I can show you dials going out and leads coming in, right? I have our system right here. I can show you a lot, right? You don't sit on 100,000 leads inside your dialer like I have right here, 100,000 some odd leads, right? And all of these calling lists, all these playlists to call from. You don't sit there with those and not know what you're doing, right? We're producing at a mass rate over here. And I get what you guys have been through and what you've been lied to about. But unfortunately, I know Sean. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Awesome. So yeah, there's not even close. And I appreciate your participation, really do. But it's not even close to the cost effectiveness. Do you have to pay to get leads somewhere? Yeah, sure. You got to have somebody tell you if the property's in foreclosure or not, if it's a vacant property or all that stuff, right? That's what PropStream does. So you got your leads, right? Skip tracing, there's too many options for skip tracing. No, I know you're not agreeing, Sean. I know. I know you're not disagreeing, but I'm just saying I had another private comment. This one wasn't for you, Sean. I had a private comment come in, and they obviously didn't want me to post it, so I didn't want to put them out there. Not for you though, Sean. But I appreciate it. Yeah, and again, if you're cold calling and you can't convert, we'll help you convert. Most people aren't a fan of going through the process. Do you guys want to know how I made 50 grand the closing should be in the next about 7 to 10 days on one deal? I'll show you. Right? Took down, 170 last week just in equity alone? Guys, it's not fair what we got going on, and you guys don't have a piece of it, okay? So, again, we appreciate your participation, guys. And if you look, just look at the screen. These are all the different, this is just some of them, the best tips and tricks. Nobody's ever told you guys about IMAP. You guys don't know about this. Nobody's showing you this stuff, right? Getting leads with phone numbers right off the bat. Pulling these right from the county clerk's office. Come on, guys. Nobody's showing you this, right? I'm showing you inside the mojo where I got 1.3 million leads. Okay. How did I got 1.3 million leads there? Because this is all we do. All my student partners, this is all we do. And yes, they're having success. I don't know why anybody would question, if you're having success, even if you don't have a deal. If you're learning, you're having success. I don't care if you haven't had a deal and you've been working for 6 months. The ups and downs that you're going through are successful. I have a student right now who's going through ups and downs, and guess what? He pulled in 3 properties last week, and he's starting to get it. Okay, so guys, again, it doesn't get any more obvious, right? We get the leads from any of these type of services: PropStream, RealFlow, ListSource. I wouldn't use any of those guys because you don't need them; they're very expensive. PropStream is $100 a month, right? I'll show you guys though, or I'll tell you. I've had PropStream for 4 years before it became PropStream, right? I paid $59 a month because I've been here with them that long, right? So again, here to show you guys, it's not about does one method work or another method doesn't, right? They all work. The question is, what is the most efficient? What is the most cost effective? And hands down, not one person will ever be able to show me how they can have a more cost-effective campaign than cold calling. Hands down. Right? So, guys, I appreciate you for coming around. Sean, awesome, man. I really do appreciate any questions that you have. And please feel free to hit me up if you have any more questions. And we're going to be going back on again tonight. I have a lot of material for you guys. Just haven't had time to edit and do the things that I need to do. So this is for everybody in the group. And this is for everybody on Facebook and YouTube. I appreciate you guys' participation. Have a good night. Please like and subscribe also, guys. It really does a lot. If you hit that like button, that's free, right? Hitting the like button's free, guys. So appreciate it, and you guys take care.